Hi guys, we're off on an adventure. This is really quite an unusual historic site. Have you been here before, Jess?
I think I have. Not often though.
No, well, as you'll see just in a minute, it's a tourist attraction from way back. And we're talking 16 something, Covenanters, that time period. We'll talk more dates and facts and figures when we get a bit closer, but we're talking, 17th century. Some famous people have been to visit. Do you know any?
Oh, I think historical figures have been anyway.
Who?
Well, Robert Burns for one.
Wee Rabbie Burns. Well,
Yep.
That makes sense because this is the main route from Ayrshire, which was his birth home, to Dumfries and to his farm at Ellisland in Dumfries, because we're just outside Thornhill just now, heading towards Campbell. We're off to a place that when I was a lad I knew it as Covenanters Leap, but it's not Covenanters Leap.
What was the name?
Crickhope. And the reason for that is Lynn is a Scots word for waterfall, and Crick may derive from the Gaelic for boundary and hope. So I believe it's more like the Hope one because it was about hope, getting away and surviving for the Covenanters, because they used to go up here and hold their church services. I don't know how much you know about the Covenanters, but if we go back to 1600s, 1630-ish, Charles I was having a dispute with the Scots with regard to religion and the church. I'm not going to go too much into it in this one because we're going to do the Covenanters as a video in itself. But just to give you a sort of summary, Charles I wanted to have everyone go down the Anglican Church and he become the divine ruler of the Church of England and also the Church of Scotland. The Scots didn't believe in that. The only divine ruler is God himself, and nobody should be apart from God himself, the God Almighty. So they were very much saying, no, we won't support that. And so the Covenanters was formed. That said, the church was pushed forward, and the Episcopal Church and the Anglican Church was rolled out and pushed forward. But the Presbyterian Covenanters held secret services, but they could be killed for doing so. And they were persecuted, and their families were too. So what they used to do was they used to hold secret services out in the sticks, out in the hillsides. And this is one of said sites, and it was known as the Elf's Kirk. Kirk in Scotland means church. It became a tourist attraction because it's so beautiful that people used to travel. And as Jess said, Robert Burns came here.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Thomas Carlyle, the poet, came here.
Yes, very famous Borders poet.
Yep. And
You're doing well here. Anyone else?
Sir Walter Scott, when he came to visit his brother.
And for a bonus point, why was his brother in the area?
Because he was at school at Wallace Hall in Closeburn.
Fantastic. You do listen to me when I rabbit.
I do.
I just want to show you how remote and lack of signage and things it actually is. If I remember, memory serves me correct, there's a little gravelly pit that you can park in, which I think is coming up quite soon. We've brought Iona and Cairn. For those of you that don't know, we've got 2 black cocker spaniels, and we could not come out on such a beautiful walk and not bring our pets. It would be a crime against doggies. Oh, there's a sign. We found a sign. Is this a gravel pit?
No, that's a field. I think it's the next turning.
So we found the sign.
So there's a sign coming one way.
But not the other.
But
Is that the gravel pit?
Yeah. This is Iona and Cairn, our little lovely spaniels who'll be accompanying us today.
Iona's the slightly larger one that's just ran away. Cairn is the one that's pretending to be very well behaved, but actually the shoe is on the other foot, as I think you'll see as the video goes on. Right, let's go, guys. Here, dogs, come on.
Spaniels.
It's a busy road there. Well, it's not a busy road at all, but it's a fast road when they do come. Dogs, here. So I just want to get out into the road, and if we can get off this road as quickly as we can, Jess.
Yep.
So I'm not going to hang about. Sorry guys, I'm wearing the kilt a bit slovenly today because it's very, very muggy. I know it's got a spitting in the rain, but it feels like it could thunder, that kind of atmosphere today. So bringing it up over my shoulder, it would have absolutely baked. It's very warm, isn't it, Jess?
Yeah, it's quite muggy.
As you can see, it's not much of a signpost coming this way. That's your signpost. Right, dogs, come on. That's your signpost for this amazing tourist attraction.
Oh, and it's in a bush.
It's in a bush. Let's go, come on. It's a bit of a hike up. Take your time, Jess.
I'll not upskirt you, don't worry.
You're not upskirt me.
There we go.
So this is a river walk, guys, but it's very historic. We're not doing a nature trail. We're not just taking a little walk. You will see later why this is so significant. There's no building at the end. There's no one person connected. There's lots of bits of history connected to this river and this valley. And it's very important that we bring you here and we walk you up through. I think everybody that comes here falls in love with it. There's a presence around. It was a safe haven for the Covenanters. They felt they could come here, preach and be safe, receiving God's word without any harm coming to them. So the name of the place, as we discussed in the car, is Crickhope Lynn.
It's a bit wild through here. It's got to pick your
It's
path
not
carefully.
it's not that well walked now, Jess. It's only really locals that know about it.
So if you do choose to come here, guys, please stout, sensible footwear.
Definitely. What you must remember, guys, is this is not a maintained path. It is a through route. There is things like this down here that's newly been built. That was not there the last time we came. But it's fascinating to see. And it could easily have been a meeting place for Covenanters at the time. There's more to come on when we get closer to the river. So as you can see, the path isn't kept open with tree surgeons or anything. It's kept open by people walking on it and keeping it open that way. So there's a natural cave formed just coming up. And the natural cave just coming up is no longer a cave any longer. It's not got its roof. They took a lot of the stone round here and quarried it for building stone and the like. Plus, as you can see from round here, there's been landslides over the years. So the actual cave that the Covenanters used back in the day is no longer a cave, it's more an opening. However, that's where the Covenanters felt safe to preach and be preached to and from the minister. The other interesting fact around here is that up on the top where the waterfall is, there's a sandstone arch, but sandstone being sandstone, it's soft enough for people to have carved their names. Some people would call it graffiti. I'm not sure whether graffiti is the right thing, but I believe Robert Burns's name is etched by himself. Just be very careful here, Jess.
Yeah.
This is gone here. So Robert Burns' name's etched, and I believe Sir Walter Scott too.
One happy spanner.
Further on, guys, it gets quite high at the sides and we get steep sort of cliff bankings. And what they say back in the day, this test to see if you're a true Scotsman or not, isn't it?
Oh, it's not filming. I've got your face in that one.
Yeah, get moss on my bits and pieces now. Yeah, so what they say is that when the Covenanters were being chased and persecuted by the horses with the Royalist army, there's a point up here. Now, I personally don't know how true this is because I ride as well. And there's a point seemingly where the local Covenanters knew where they could jump across, but the Royalist army weren't sure where that point was, and they crashed to their death when the Covenanters actually got across, which is why, as a little one, I always knew it as the Covenanters Leap. Now, I don't know whether that was as children we called it that, or whether it's got a nickname as the Covenanters Leap. I do not know, but I know that it was referred to in our house as Covenanters Leap, but I don't see it referred to that anywhere else now, which I think is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's all referred to by its proper name.
Yeah. Dog, don't you get stuck down there. You'll never come up. Oh, you will. You little toad.
All this foliage.
That's a long way down now, guys.
Shh, don't look.
But the beautiful cliffs and rocky outcrops going all the way up and all the way up, and you can't see the top. And they reckon, I think it must be about here, Jess, that they did the leap. Has to be somewhere. I tell you, I think it's far-fetched too, but maybe it's eroded, maybe part of it's fallen. Because there's a lot of big rocks down there, isn't there?
Maybe, you know how back in the day they used to tell stories that passed down, but it was all...
Yes.
A lot of it was bravado.
Yes.
Well, it could be that.
Our family was good at that.
Yeah, well.
I'll tell you a funny story about our family just in a little minute once we get further up. Our family's from Argyll, and the Duke of Argyll, I don't really understand this bit, and this is from a doctor of history. The reason I don't understand is none of it makes sense. We'll do a video on it later, but the Duke of Argyll became our senior, and he was in charge of the fiefdom around our area, and we were the honorary sheriffs of Stricker as a family. But we had a castle where Mary Queen of Scots came to stay, but we did have to pay our duties and fees to the Duke of Argyll. I think it maybe stuck in our ancestors' throat a little, being from royal blood, to have to then be direct line descendant and pay to the Duke of Argyll. I don't know. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of that one, and it's a research project that I'm working on. Anyone that wants to help, be more than happy to hear what you have to say. Long way down.
Stop looking at that.
So what happened was they came to collect debt, and when they came to collect the debt, the Fergusons seen this happening. Look at that amazing pool down there.
Beautiful.
The Fergusons saw this happening, and so they knew that the Campbell's debt collectors were on their way. So what they did was they got the biggest of the Ferguson men and they loosened some trees around with the roots. So when the clan men came from Campbell, the Fergusons turned round and said, "Get off our land," and made sort of vain threats.
Get off my
saying
land.
We are very strong. And I think that the Campbells didn't really believe that they were strong until the Ferguson men started ripping the trees out by the roots. Now, you and I both know from what I've just said, it was all pre-planned. But the Campbells didn't know that. The Campbells genuinely thought these men were
Absolutely off their
superhuman.
heads.
Superhuman. And so they turned around and thought, bloomin' heck, they're so superhuman. We don't want to mess with them. They went skiting back over the loch to Inverary Castle, told the Duke, and said to the Duke, we don't want to mess with these guys. And the Duke says, no, fair play, I quite agree with you. What we need to do is we need to get them on our books as army soldiers. And that's exactly what happened.
This is where my phobia starts kicking in, of heights.
Guys, this is where Robert Burns is said to have graffitied his name into the walls. There's that much moss and algae now grown over that it's very hard to see anything. I'm going to try and duck my head under
Just be
here.
careful. It's wet.
I don't want to bang my noggin.
I'm more worried about landing on your bum.
Oh, there's more here.
Right, I don't think I want to really actually technically go much further than that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Really, what do you mean? Are you having a barn dance? In the interests of health and safety.
This is the Covenanter's Leap. There isn't a path, guys. It's a sheer drop now. It just drops right down, and believe it, that gradient is so much stronger than you can see, and it's straight down into a pond.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend bringing doggies.
You know, we've decided if you've got dogs that are a little bit adventurous,
Yeah, leave them at home.
I can hear your dog down there in the water.
Spaniel!
Yeah, we're worried sick about them. It's such a drop.
There's a track down there.
It's such a drop. If they lose their footing, it's good night Vienna. And she's such a little explorer. She's Dora the Explorer.
It's not safe to keep them on the lead either before you say that.
Yeah, no, it'd be dangerous to have them on the lead for both you and them. But what worries me is that's a straight drop down there.
Yeah.
And so if they don't see where they're putting their feet,
They could just fall easily.
yeah, I mean that's a sheer drop straight down there.
Yeah.
Straight down there. So it's so easy for them to lose their footing. Oh, more. Who's this? James
Kirkpatrick. Bangor.
NW 1879.
That's beautifully carved.
Oh, Helen Hall 17th of the 8th, 77. That's the year I was born.
Well, somebody's written 1802 down here, but I can't see who's
Oh, there is
written
a name there.
There's a name, but
Johnson. Johnson. No, hang on. Kirk. Jeremiah Kirk. I think it's something like that. Jeremiah Kirk. 1892. Wow, that was some nice finds. But that one there is just beautiful. It's like almost a gravestone.
So well done.
Considering they've come up here and done that. There's more here. Oh wow.
Those Westry.
Yeah, oh, 1879.
Right.
There's more here. John Kirk. I wonder if that's the same John Kirk.
He tried, couldn't write it there, so he moved.
Yeah, I wonder. Just watch your feet, Melanie.
Yeah.
So people call this graffiti. I don't know that it's graffiti. I mean, yes, it is technically graffiti. But as a historian, leaving a stamp of something is fascinating. A 5p piece. Oh, and a 2p piece. So it's a money wall.
Pay the toll.
If you're short of a bob or two. That's fascinating though that we saw it coming this way But again, we didn't see it coming up.
Yeah.
Just be very careful here, darling, because
Yeah.
it's treacherous again.
Right, it's fine. Eyes down.
This is very sandy now, and so it just crumbles from your feet. Oh! Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh God,
No, let's get out of here.
I think a dog's just gone in. That's Cairn, so it was at Iona.
Yeah, I see. Iona's alive.
Oh, thank Sorry, pardon my French.
I just get no bring dogs ever back here again.
I just want to get some height off. Oh, bless her, she fell straight down off the bank.
Well, she'll not do that again.
No, Cairn,
Here.
Cairn, come on. The dog's away down there trying to go and join her. Just leave her to swim down, darling. We'll get to her somehow. We're losing height quite fast. Oh, here she is. Bless you, darling.
Oh, only pony custard.
You got a fright. Ona,
Here, girls.
good girl.
Oh, sweetie.
Oh, you worry me, both of you.
Stick together, troops.
Guys, I've got history to talk to you about, but as you can tell, we've kind of got our hands full a wee bit here. This was a serious tourist attraction, and it was very popular. It's become a little bit treacherous now, I'll be quite honest, even since the last time we've been here. The last time we came, it was not quite as bad as this, and we decided rather than coming in the winter time, we'd come in the summer, because in the summer it's drier. I was wrong.
And not icy.
And not icy, yes, but I was wrong. I think I would rather come in the winter. There's less greenery to miss your footing, so you're seeing exactly where you're putting your feet, and you're getting better views of everything. You can see everything better. As long as you don't come in icy weather, my recommendation is to come in the winter months, because you can see better. This has been a little bit treacherous and a little bit scary, and I worry for my dogs, I'll be honest. So we're going to get back. When we get back, Jess will do some footage and show you some footage of a roundabout, and I'll give you some background as she shows you some footage. Come away from there, darling. So back in the 18th and 19th century, it was classed as a beauty spot. Everybody and anybody that was in the day was here. So as we've said, Robert Burns, Sir Walter Scott, and I would imagine his brother would have come too. John Balfour of Kinloch, he's famous as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was here too. Another famous, and as you said, Thomas Carlyle, the poet, 1795 he was born. I think it was, I don't know, was it 1880 something, I think he died.
Yeah. I think I've said a little bit at uni about him.
Yeah, he was a very famous Borders poet. I'm thinking about setting up a group, a community group. I'm not very computer literate. I don't like that word because it implies that you're illiterate, and which
Computer
I'm not.
savvy, I think's the best term.
Yeah, I'm not computer savvy, and so, well done. That's a good phrase.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, I was thinking something like the Patriot or something type organisation, where we can have a club. I can help out. I can give talks.
Put more vlogging style stuff up
Yeah. There's a load of old grey matter in there that, since I've stopped lecturing, is becoming grey matter, and I don't want that to happen. So I would really love to impart some of this historic knowledge on you guys, but also as part of the love of history, I want to get debates going. I want to get that passion from everyone, because that's what history's about. I was once by one of my old professors said to me that history is like a jigsaw puzzle with the outside edges all done and a little bit of the middle complete, but you don't know totally what the picture is. And until you collect more information and more research, you can hazard a guess, you can have a ruddy good hypothesis, but you don't know for fact. So the idea being, Get in there, get as many bits and pieces into that picture as you can, because you're going to have a much more accurate picture of what's going on. So every day we're finding new pieces. So hopefully as a group, we're going to find some pieces that we can plug in. And I've got some exciting things I want to research. My own family, King Fergus, there's not much talked about that. Let's all dig in together and find out about the first kings of Scotland, or the first kings of Dalriada. So let's do it together. And if you like and subscribe, we can grow this community. We can have some exciting things happening, and we can do it together. So see you next time, guys. From me, Grant, bye-bye, and from
Me, Jess.
bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
And bye from the doggies.
Oh, bye, Iona. Bye, Kieran. Sit. 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 Bye from the dogs.
Aww.
Good dogs.